Welcome back. Schneps Media is presenting the Power Women of the Bronx, their annual event to honor Bronx women in their chosen fields and in their communities. The Power Women of the Bronx event celebrates change makers, rainmakers, innovators, and those who are using their voices to lead the way for a new generation. The event will be held virtually this year. Joining us now to share more are Schneps Media events concierges Demetra Mattone and Tony Cimino, and Laura Guerriero, publisher of Bronx Times. Welcome, ladies. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us. It's a pleasure.
Hi, thank you.
Just to start, can you tell us about Schneps Media and your mission?
So Schneps Media was founded in 1986 by our very own power woman, Victoria Schneps. She saw the power of the media after Willowbrook and joined forces with Geraldo Rivera. Personally, she changed the way that services were rendered to those who were developmentally disabled, and then started the newspaper in her living room. Today, we are 72 papers strong, from Manhattan to Montauk and
Philadelphia.
Woo, they're all over. The ladies are, spreading.
Yeah, we're doing Power Women in Philly, so we're real excited about that.
Wonderful. And we're glad to have you in the Bronx. And Laura, can you also tell me about your partnership through Bronx Times with Schneps Media?
Well, so Bronx Times was purchased several years ago with several other local community newspapers. So that's how we became part of Schneps Media.
And ladies, just tell us a little bit more about the event, the Power Women of the Bronx event, for people who are not familiar with this event.
So for 10 years, Laura started the Power Women of the Bronx in the Bronx. She held luncheons honoring the fabulous women that made a difference in the Bronx community. When they became part of the Schneps family, Tony and I kind of took over the events, and we made it a little more luxurious by adding our virtual elements to it, because during this pandemic year, we either could not honor these fabulous women or had to be more creative. So together as a team, Bronx Times, Schneps, all of us together, us three ladies came together and decided to do virtual events. Our virtual events have become very, very popular. We have honored over 350 people in the last 3 months. Each show averages over 500 people in views, and then it goes on to YouTube, and it has an incredible amount of play. And we really feel proud because our honorees have sent us so many thank yous and so many comments and compliments that we are proud of what we do and how we do it, because we really want to put member spotlight on all our honorees.
Another huge aspect of this event is the networking aspect, right? How are you doing the networking this year? The event is virtual, so it might be a little challenging, but I'm kind of curious to find out how you're doing.
Well, part of the challenge was to figure that out, but through our lovely partnerships with Laura and her powers that be, we've been lucky enough to come up with great ideas. So what we do is we bring all these women together, COVID compliant. We film everyone, whether they can show up, if they can show up. Then what we do is, through our platform, we encourage networking with chatting and clapping and cheering. And then what we do is we also network post-event, where we get everyone together virtually via email and newsletter. So we keep everyone always in the loop, and we've created quite a little family.
Yeah. So all our honorees are able to stay in touch with each other because they all have each other's information. And when we do our Zooms with them, or when we live tape them, like we live taped at the Bronx Havana, these women were able to put their masks on, stand side by side, take pictures, exchange business cards, and really get to know what the other honoree is all about. So from that standpoint, even though it takes a lot more work because we do them in very small groups, it's really come together. And now we're doing an ultimate networking guide in which all our honorees, all 350 of them, will be together in one book. So we're also happy to be able to share every event, every platform with everyone else.
And can you tell us about the importance of uplifting the work of women here in the Bronx in particular, especially during this pandemic? A lot of the women working here in the Bronx have been taking care of the community, providing, food resources, all types of resources during this pandemic. Just talk to us about the importance of that.
Well, when women support women, amazing things happen. And that has been Vicky Schnepps's motto for about 20 years in these events when she first launched them. So in the Bronx particularly, a lot of our honorees come from either the healthcare industry or from the non-for-profit world, whereby they are doing not only interpersonal help with food insecurity and health, but also community outreach. So the fact that we are able to shed light on that and their mission and their resources and their availability gives us hope that we are a resource for everyone else. And our part of our power is that we can connect people who need their help with our amazing honorees.
So for Halloween, one of our honorees was going to give candy to all the kids in a Bronx housing unit. So with the approval and the support and the love of our team and our family and our Schneps family, we were able to provide candy to all these kids in the housing unit through one of our honorees, Angela Torres. Another one of our honorees asked us to donate potatoes and bread to accompany the turkeys that we got for them to feed 250 families. So not only are we able to meet these fabulous women, but we're able to support them, and we're able to bring other honorees to meet with them and help them as well. So we really feel grateful that we have this opportunity to bring people together and to make better things happen.
And one of those great honorees are actually one of our own, Rebecca Hemick. She's a producer and production assistant on our show here at Open BXRx. We are so proud of her and the many women who are being honored. How did Schneps select the honorees this year?
So what happened was we received over, I think, 700 nominations. We do have a team that vets our honorees. And I thought when I read Rebecca's profile that she would be a perfect fit, because she really stands for something more creative, more different. She has a vision, a great vision of the future and how women should be taking more leadership in their roles. So we thought she was a perfect face for BronxNet.
Right. And Laura, did you want to also chime in on how Bronx Times is also highlighting the work of these women through the publishing?
Sure. So, you know, these women, you know, that we've had from all these years, you know, go beyond their regular jobs, you know, and you know how the Bronx is, you know, giving back to the residents of the Bronx is so fulfilling to these women. And I have to tell you, not to, you know, sell the women short, but this was the first year that Demetra and Tony came up with the Kings of the Bronx. And so we honored some of the men, you know. It's definitely still the same premise that giving back, and, you know, even if you're not giving back materially, you're giving back your knowledge and you're mentoring the people of the Bronx. And you know how the Bronx is. They open their arms and, you know, they accept you and they love you. And they do love Tony and Demetra.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. Laura.
Thank you, ladies, so much. Before we go, let's invite our viewers to join you at Power Women of the Bronx. How can people stay in touch with Schneps Media and Bronx Times and also join this event? When is it taking place and where?
So the event will go live Thursday, January 14th at 7 p.m. There is a registration link. You can find us on Eventbrite. We are also in this week's Bronx Times. We've actually put a beautiful spread in highlighting all of our beautiful, amazing honorees. And you can always give us a call or email us. Laura, I'm sure that you always have your doors wide open.
Absolutely.
To anyone in the community. We encourage everyone to reach out because everyone has a story and everyone has a voice, and it is our power to give voice to everyone and their story.
Absolutely. Thank you
And
so
also,
much.
you know, we always are looking for honorees.
Yeah. Right.
Good point.
And you know what? We'd also like to thank our sponsors, because we have a lot of corporate sponsors who have really, really opened their arms and shown us love and support. And without them, we wouldn't be able to help many of the people that we have helped and to make all our events possible. So, Tony, would you like to share our list of wonderful corporate sponsors?
Surely. So our presenting corporate partner for our Power Women of the Bronx is New York City Health and Hospitals Community Care. Great outreach, especially amid the pandemic.
This company is actually taking hotels in throughout the city and turning them into COVID hospitals, COVID living centers. So people that don't have anywhere to go can reach out to them. So that's called the Hospital Community Care Center.
Then we have Stu Loser and Company, Neighborhood Association for Intercultural Affairs, NICA, I Raise Boys and Girls International, Morris Heights Medical Center, and of course our media partner, Feliz.
Thank you ladies, so much. All of these partners are from the Bronx, are here in the Bronx doing amazing.
Homegrown.
Homegrown.
The New York one is New York wide, but you know, they're all supplying help and resources to the Bronx during this time. So thank you
Yes.
to Feliz, and thank you to Schneps and to Bronx Times for hosting this event this year, despite, you know, all the challenges that we've had. Thank
I
you.
also want to say a special thank you to VIP Community Services, because VIP is really making a difference. And there's an article about them in the Bronx Times. Let's check them out. Let's show love to the Bronx people. All right.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank
Events Concierge, Tony Cimino, Events Concierge, and Laura Guerriero, publisher of Bronx Times. Thank you for joining us, ladies.
Thank you. I'm
Folks,
proud of
again-
Rebecca.
Yes.
Yes.
So the Power Women of the Bronx event will be taking place on January 14th at 7 p.m. You can RSVP by visiting schnepsmedia.com. We'll be right back.